Welcome, Sens Talk.
He bats it in! Tim Stutzler wins it for Ottawa! Mitchell Gray is going to put the finishing touches on an Ottawa win. See you later. Go Sens, go!
Sens win! The Sens win, baby! 4-3 in overtime over the Philadelphia Flyers. They win back-to-back games, and most of all, basically, I think for sure now have locked themselves into the wild card 1 position. I think they can technically still win third in the Atlantic, although the tiebreak is a little confusing. I do think Florida basically is there, so we're in that first wild card spot. With a Tampa loss today and a Leaf win, it's locked in officially. The Ottawa Senators, with that scenario, will play the Toronto Maple Leafs in round 1 of the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. That will be absolutely electric. The Battle of Ontario does not get better than that, ladies and gentlemen, for your return to the playoffs. So again, next time I talk to you guys, which will be on Tuesday against the Chicago Blackhawks, we'll have an update on that, but it's looking pretty good for, frankly, not a dream scenario, but a very exciting scenario. No doubt about it. Now, going into this game, yes, I guess there's some positional fighting going on, but really there's nothing to play for in this game for Ottawa. So because of that, the Sens benched multiple players. And I think benched is the wrong term. They rested multiple players. Nick Jensen, not in today. Brady Tkachuk, not in today. Perron, not in today. Ridley Gregg, not in today. Nicholas Manapolo, not in today. So Hamnick, Gilbert, Cruikshank, and Nick Cousins are drawn into the lineup. Best theme song in sports. I had a little bit of a thing against the Sens not bringing back the Danger Flutes. You guys all know that, and I always say it here, please just bring back the Danger Flutes. I will keep on saying that until the Danger Flutes are brought back. But yeah, so, you know, as I just said, a lot of key players are resting today. Perron, Gregg, Jensen, to name a few. But the biggest news today is Nick Cousins returns for the first time since January, okay? He's been out for so long. That is so great to see because Ottawa needs some sandpaper. They need a guy like that on the fourth line. So it is great to see Nick Cousins back and getting some prep before the big dance in the playoffs just basically a week away now. Now let's talk about the goaltenders tonight, as Anton Forsberg starts for your Ottawa Senators and Fedotov starts for the Flyers. Fedotov always gives Ottawa some trouble. I don't know why, but he does. Now, before we get into the game recap, I want to say thank you to Dylan Puckniak and Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment for sponsoring Sens Talk, as Sens Talk is proudly presented by Dylan Puckniak, Ottawa's exclusive realtor with Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment. Providing a bilingual real estate service that serves the Ottawa-Gatineau community, Dylan Puckniak is also specialized in supporting professional athletes that come and go in our city, providing service that takes care of the people at the highest level. For a realtor experience that puts you and your needs first, visit dylanpuckniak.kw.com. That is dylanpuckniak.kw.com to find out more today. Again, thank you to Dylan Puckniak and Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment for sponsoring Sens Talk. So let's get to the first period of play, and let's get through the first period rather quickly. Not much happening there. 0-0. Donuts after 20 minutes of play. By the way, speaking of donuts, I can't have donuts for the next 7 days. It is Passover. To anyone celebrating, Chag Passover Sameach to all of you. I hope you are spending the holiday with friends and family. So let's move past that first period, get to the second period of play, and the Flyers would strike first. This Laurier crashes the net and scores off the loose puck to make it 1-0 Flyers. But not even a minute later, Tim Stützle going into this game, only 1 assist in his last 8 games, not a goal in the last 9. He needs to break out of that slump. He wants to desperately. It's so crazy. Tim Stützle, even when he's struggling, looks fantastic. So we all know he's going to figure it out. And let's just say he figured it out today, that's for sure. Less than a minute later, after the Flyers strike, the Sens strike back as Tim Stützle calls for the puck, gets it, drives through Zamula, and puts it blocker side. Ottawa ties it at 1 as Tim Stützle, Timmy Superstar, has his first in the last 9 games. Travis Hamonic also gets a point on this goal off, the pass there. He passes it over Shabbat. Shabbat stretch pass to Timmy, and Ottawa ties it at 1-1. The Flyers do not want to go away quietly. They are playing for pride. They're playing to be spoilers in some way, as Ottawa, I guess, has something to play for in this one. And Noah Cates scores on the wraparound with less than 3 to go in the second period of play. That one is tough. No doubt about it, to close the second period down by a goal. And this is a goal that frankly should not have gone in. I think Forsberg would have stopped the wraparound to begin with, but Hamnick here puts it in on his own net. I don't really know what he's doing here. He had a stick opening there to kind of poke the puck off. I don't know what he's doing. Again, I'm not an NHL player, and I can't imagine how tough it is to make split-second decisions like that in such a tight and quick-second moment. So I get that, but at the same time, I mean, he's a veteran, nearly 900 games in the National Hockey League. You expect better. So that was a brutal goal to give the Flyers a lead. And frankly, if this game mattered, I would probably be far more upset about that one because, again, that's just an inexcusable goal. Either swat the puck away or let your goalie make the save, especially when I think Cates was going for a pass anyways. It didn't even look like he was taking the shot. But what I will say about Hamnick is he got an assist, so shout out to him for that. And he's like 2-3 games away now from 900 in his NHL career. He will play every game to finish off the regular season, and I think he should. Let him get as close to or hit 900 before the end of the regular season. No issue with that. But, and I think Gilbert played well today, by the way. So, you know, after the regular season, no offense to Hamnick, nice guy. He just isn't playing better than the other guys available. I don't think he should be starting for the Ottawa Senators come playoff time. I think Dennis Gilbert even should be ahead of him in the depth chart because he actually had a pretty decent game today and brought some physicality from the blue line that we don't really see, and that's a nice element that the Sens can definitely use in the playoffs. So let's get to the third period of play, and not even a little bit in, Fabian Zetterlund, baby. You know, he has struggled since coming here to Ottawa to produce. He's getting chances, but he's not finding ways to put the puck in the back of the net. He's literally doing everything but scoring. But a couple of games ago, he got his first, got that monkey off the back. He threw the monkey off his back, as you all know. And let's just say he is starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. As a few minutes into the third period of play, Chabot sends it down low. Pinto, from below the goal line, centers it right over to Fabian Zetterlund, who rips it top shelf. There's that electric shot we were told about for Fabian Zetterlund as Ottawa strikes and ties it again. Zetterlund has 2 goals in his last 3 games. And Shane Pinto, you all know when he gets a point, the Sens usually win, so that's a pretty good omen. A few minutes later, though, Hodgson gets tripped. This was a wacky one, kind of like the one earlier to Cates. Probably would be very, very enraged if this game really mattered with this one going in. Hodgson gets tripped. No call. He looks shaken up after it, by the way. And then moments later, Hathaway rips it top shelf, right shoulder, past Anton Forsberg. They take the lead right back for Philadelphia. Not a great goal there for Forsberg. I think he left a little bit too much of the top of the net open. He kind of went down a little early, kind of slouched. But most of all, and again, I'm not going to blame the refs, but you need a call there. I mean, he literally got interfered with, tripped, whatever you want to call it. That was clearly a penalty. They don't get it, though. But you know what? It doesn't matter because the Ottawa Senators, even with a few key guys out, will always find ways to get your heart pumping and get the cardiac going. You know, get the heart going. The cardiac Sens, baby. Because guess what? The Sens, they still want to win just because the game doesn't really matter. And yeah, you have a few key players out. We're still trying to win this thing, right? And guess what? Timmy Stu, how do you do? He steals the puck behind the net, passes it over to Angus Crookshank from below the goal line, and Crookshank with a beautiful pass. Friend of the show. Love to see it. Fires it right over to Tom Chabot, who rips it top shelf. Holy cow, what a bullseye for Hotsam Bacho, Shabbat Shalom, Thomas Chabot. The Sens tied again at 3. It's 3-3 as Chabot has his 3rd point of the day. The tie things up in the third period of play as we go to overtime. And you know how I said Chabot has 3 points? Stützle going into overtime has 2. You know what? Let's make it 3 because the Sens do tick-tack goal. Tim Stützle wins it in overtime and the Sens walk off. The Philadelphia Flyers comeback style 4-3 Drew with the assist. Of course, Drew gets a point against his former team. And again, Tim Stützle, baby. A 3-point day for him. 2 goals, including the OTGWG. Look at your screen right now. Also had 2 shots, a hit and a block. The advanced analytics were very, very good as well. Expected goals for percentage at 5-on-5, nearly at 80%. And again, hopefully this is the game that Stützle needs to really get going, to get some of that confidence back, and to really get that mojo going. Because again, even when he's not producing, as I already said, he gets good looks. Now he's starting to produce. He did a very good job of doing that today. And hopefully that continues on as we get to the playoffs, not even a week away. Holy cow, that's so crazy. Now, before I finish up the video, I want to say thank you to Keef Smoked Meats. As Sens Talk is brought to you by Keef Smoked Meats, the best smoked meat in the Ottawa area. During a process that takes over 150 hours while using the highest grade beef, Keef Smoked Meats smokes their meat on top of a mix of Southern American charcoal and Keef's signature flavored wood chips, leaving you with a savory Montreal-inspired smoked meat. But the best part, getting it is so easy. Just go to KeefSmokedMeats.com. That is KeefSmokedMeats.com. Find the smoked meat package you're looking for, press order, and boom, within days, you will have freshly made, locally produced smoked meat dropped off right to your doorstep. So go to KeefSmokedMeats.com for the best tasting smoked meat experience in Ottawa today. Now, 3-point day. Shabbat logs 22 to 25 minutes on average for like 5+ years now for Ottawa, putting up 40-50 points on average. Give this guy the praise. A great game for him. Where are the haters? I don't see them. And then for Tim Stützle, hopefully, this can kind of get him back into a mojo and shut those naysayers up around the National Hockey League. Now, the last thing I want to leave off with is the special teams. It's the key thing I'm going to be watching in the last couple of games here before the playoffs. In the last 10 games, including today, our power play is 4 for 30 for 13.3%. That has to get better. The penalty kill, 19 for 22, 86.4%. That is very, very good, but the power play must be better. Now, when you're missing a guy like Brady Tkachuk in basically all those games, that is going to happen. That makes sense. You get a lot of those goals down low. A lot of your offense or the rebounds or, getting that puck retrieval happens below the goal line or around the net. Tkachuk is so critical in, facilitating that cycle continuation by winning those board battles and winning the puck in those situations, in the crease area and below the goal line. So his absence is obviously a factor, but either way, the power play has struggled at times this year, so I certainly want to see that improve in the next couple of games. Try some new things out, you might as well. Now with that, let me know what you think in the comment section down below as always. How do you feel after a big Sens win? It never hurts to have a win, even if the win doesn't really matter, to be honest. We always love to see the boys win. Now with that, thank you all for watching. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section down below as always, and I'll see you all soon. Go Sens, go.